Hey yo, welcome back to another DFO video, and today I wanted to talk about this week's update, the GAEBOLG update, which is an insane update including convenience updates, QOL updates, balance patches, new updates, new dungeons, new insignias, but the most important thing is the new farming dungeon, the absolute best farming dungeon right now in DFO that you can do. So the new dungeon is called Storm Called Castle, and it's basically right beside Storm's Wrath. If you don't know where it is, I'm gonna show you right here. We're gonna head over to Sirius room, go to Storm's Wrath area, and if you go to the right here, it's gonna be right here, Storm Called Castle. And within this dungeon, you can get the new exclusive creature pet artifacts that can only be dropped in that dungeon. These artifacts can range from elemental damage to damage value percentage to even QOL stuff like auto loot, picking up your items, right? So that's super helpful. Just a really nice touch, a really nice update to the old pet artifacts that were kind of useless back in the day, but now it's actually pretty relevant because it gives you really the new modern stats and the new modern QOLs that you actually need. If we head over to our DFOpedia, you can see all the artifacts that are now inside of the game and can be dropped and looted from the new Storm Called Castle dungeon. So we're gonna head over to equipment, all categories, artifacts, and now you can see all the new stuff. So it goes from uncommon artifacts to rare to unique, and unique being the highest rarity that you can get. These are the good ones right here, the resonance ones. For your DPS, basically, you get +6 elemental damage, all or 4% and 4% damage value. That can also be targeted to a single element, which is even better. Like this, you have +4 light LE, all LE, and then 4% damage value. This is actually an insane artifact that you can get, and currently in the market, I'm pretty sure those are like 100 mil currently. Last I checked, let me see real quick. Creature resonance. Yeah, they're minimum 71 million gold right now in DFO. An insane amount, an insane price tag, but this is farmable, and obviously there's RNG. You're gonna have to like drop it or get the recipe that also got included in this update. So you can get a recipe that can be bought from Gabriel Shop, and in that recipe you can craft those pet artifacts as well. And those require Rift Shards. So what are Rift Shards? Rift Shards are the new endgame currency that can be only dropped in Storm Called Castle once again, right? So we're gonna look up Rift Shard in the auction hall, and these are the new currency that you can drop and get in the dungeon. They're currently 7.6k each, and they drop pretty frequently, pretty common inside of the dungeon. So this is basically your new Aeolite, this is basically your new golden barrels, right? This is just the new common currency that everyone's going to be trading with. Furthermore, these Rift Shards, also they can craft the recipes for your pet artifacts, but there's also a super secret NPC shop. If you go to this Hue guy here, you go to shop and you go to Rift Shard tab, 5,000 Rift Shards. Okay, so that's kind of expensive, right? Like 5,000 times 7.6k, right? Like what is that? 40 mil, right? 35 mil, 40 mil. And but you can get your Dark Fragmented Abyss swap set, right? So it's not a set, but it's a piece. So you get one piece for 5,000, and this is obtainable once per month. So you should try to at least get it once a month, just because it's so rare. But yeah, these are your more advanced buff swap pieces. So currently we have our Hope. Oh, I don't even know what these called. Like what are these called? Hope Operation buff pieces. Now you can get the newer ones, and they give a little bit more percentage over the Hope Operation set pieces. Obviously, it's not super like you don't need to get it, but if it's there and if it's kind of like a rare thing, you know, you should get it if you care about your DPS and you want to do more damage, right? And so all that aside, all those Rift Shards, all those pet artifacts and fragmented pieces aside, what's inside the dungeon? So the dungeon is super straightforward. It requires 43k fame pretty much at this moment, and apparently every single week, every single reset week, which is on Tuesdays, this fame value will change according to the top 30% percentile of the entire DFO population. So this fame is just going to gradually keep going up and up and up, right? Because of the top 30 percentile. So 43k, it's not too bad. It's not too steep. I'm pretty sure most people can hit this just because there's a lot of leveling events going on, a lot of amplification stuff that happens frequently, and now we have this new pet artifact that increases your fame even further. It doesn't even give you like 20 fame anymore. These artifacts give you like 60 fame or so, and there's just a lot of freebies that you can get along with a leveling up event, and you can pretty much hit 40 plus k. So 43k, it's not too hard to achieve. But let's go inside the dungeon and let's see what it's all about, right? And so the most efficient pathing to do this dungeon is you just go straight to the boss. So you can see this map here, you literally just go straight to the boss. You don't even hit the mini boss because those cost fatigue points, right? And you want to save your fatigue points to go directly to the boss, and the boss will give you the most drop materials, drop rate, and everything, all that good stuff, right? So let me do this real quick and let me explain why going straight to the boss is even better than just doing all the mini bosses. So with the boss, right, there is a chance that you can get Gabriel's shop. So what's inside Gabriel's shop? He also got reworked. His shop got reworked, and now they include recipes for the pet artifacts. They include recipes for the dark fragmented armor pieces. And his shop includes rift shards and legendary plats and all of the other good stuff that came with these this convenience patch. So now that we know going straight to the boss is the most efficient pathing, how can we increase the value of that? So it costs like around 4 to 5 fatigue points to go straight to him, and you want to farm Gabriel's shop, right? So what you can do is you go into the Sarah shop here. You're going to go to the search bar and you're going to type in Gabriel, and every month you can buy this contract for 15 days and it'll cost 10 million gold, which is pretty cheap, considering the fact that you can get a lot of expensive recipes, expensive drops from this new storm called Castle Dungeon. Let me see how many runs I can do to actually get Gabriel's shop. It's actually a really frequent spawn rate. So let me just do a few and then see what happens. And of course, while you're doing all this, you want to pick up all the materials, because each gold chunk that drops is around 12k plus gold. So you can see this 12k, that is absolutely big money.
A few moments later.
And there we go. We got our first Gabriel and about 30 fatigue points. So let's see what he sells. He's just selling some rift shards. So 2.2k per rift shard, and they're valued in auction hall for around 7.6k. That is definitely a buy, so I'm gonna buy those. And basically with the Gabe contract, you're gonna get +1 item in the Gabe contract, and he's gonna appear more frequently. So I don't have the contract currently enabled, but if you do, you can absolutely farm Gabriel in the Stormcall Castle and get absolutely huge returns, enough to cover your 10 million that you bought for 15 days. And obviously if you have more alts and a bigger roster to play, this is just extremely much more value. And so with all that said, that is the new farming dungeon currently in DFO, the absolute best farming dungeon, Stormcall Castle, in this GAEBOLG update. And pretty much those are all the tips that I have or I have been using and other people's been using. But if there's other things that I might have missed about this farming dungeon, please let me know in the comments down below. But thanks so much for watching. If you learned something, like and subscribe, and until next time, see you.